Hi everyone, this is Natalie, Beam Queen's mental performance coach. And a lot of times when I'm talking to gymnasts, there's always either performance anxiety or mental blocks that they're dealing with. And a lot of times it has to do with our energy levels. So I'm gonna walk you guys through a 4-step routine that I like to give the athletes that I'm working with so that they know how to calm themselves down, feel prepared to go for that skill that they might be scared of, or if they're scared before a competition, feeling nice and calm and relaxed. Our first step is we always want to check in with our energy levels. So what I mean by that is making sure that we're aware if our energy levels are too low or too high. We kind of want them right in the middle where we are going to perform at our optimal energy level. So if you're trying to figure out well, what's my energy level at? I like to think of it as a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 being, I feel like I'm about to fall asleep, I'm really, really tired, or 10 being, this is the most anxious I have felt, and I definitely don't feel like I can perform at my best. So checking with your energy levels and figuring out what your optimal level of energy is. A good neutral, would it be anywhere between a 4 and a 6? For an example, if you're trying to go for a skill that you're nervous for and you ask yourself right before you go, okay, what are my energy levels at? If you say anything above that 6, that's probably gonna tell you you most likely won't go for that skill because you're too anxious, you have too much high negative energy, we need to take those down. So you wanna try to get it to that 4 and a 6. Next, I would go into some sort of breathing technique or something to get you guys to calm down so that you feel like you have more control over your gymnastics. So a couple of breathing techniques that I like to give athletes is number 1 is called 4-7-8 breathing. You're gonna inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and then exhale for 8. You're gonna do that 3 times through. So you just wanna make sure that you have the time to bring those energy levels down. So just doing it 1 time through probably won't do that much. Another breathing technique that you can do is called an anchor breath. So you're gonna inhale twice and then have 1 long blowout. So it's gonna look like this. Okay, and again, you'll do that 3 times through. This breathing technique actually mimics how we breathe when we cry, which is super interesting, but anytime you notice, if you cry and then you calm down, it's because of that sort of breathing pattern. So it's really helpful. Again, you'll do that 3 times through. And then lastly, the third one that you can do is called box breathing. So you're gonna inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold for 4. Again, 3 times through, just making sure that we are bringing our energy levels down, and then you're gonna consistently ask yourself, okay, am I between that 4 to a 6 range? If you're not, and you're still, high up with your energy levels, you might have to do that another 3 times through. So be patient with yourself when you're trying those breathing techniques to bring those energy levels down. After that, our third step to this routine would be to do positive self-talk. So can't really listen to our positive self-talk if we're not calm. I'm sure you guys have noticed anytime you're anxious, your thoughts are also very anxious, right? We're thinking very what ifs, negative self-talk. So we wanna make sure we bring those energy levels down so that our positive self-talk is easier to listen to. But making sure that your positive self-talk is something that has meaning to you. So what I used to say was, I am safe and I'm in control, because those were 2 things that I felt like I did not have when I was trying to go for my skills. So anything that you feel like is gonna work for you, stick with it, but keep trying. Don't try to change too much with the positive self-talk. Try to stick with one thing and continue to practice it, because the more times we say something, the more times we're gonna believe it. And then moving on to step 4 is our commitment stage. A lot of times the gymnasts that I'm working with, they don't commit to that skill they're about to do. They're very hesitant, which makes sense, because they're usually scared to do that skill. But we wanna make sure when you go through those steps, you are committing to that skill. So you get up there, you tell yourself, okay, I'm going for my 2 back handsprings, or I'm going for my back walkover. Whatever skill you feel like you are nervous for, we wanna commit to that skill. So again, just a little recap of all of the stages. Step number 1 is checking with your energy levels. Step 2, do some sort of breathing technique to bring those energy levels down. Step 3 is checking in with our positive self-talk. And then step 4 is committing to that skill. So I suggest utilizing this routine anytime you're in practice. Practice it in practice before you try using it in a competition, and just try it out and see how it works.